Hey guys, Stitching May here to do my weekly update video. As you noticed, I didn't make it last week to do my upload video. To be honest, life was crazy. It was the very end of the school year. I didn't have a whole lot of progress. Our bathroom is still currently torn apart. We are doing a new shower, or my husband and my brother are just putting in a new shower. It was just chaotic here. So I didn't do the video last week. As you can hear me, I think I am patient 1 for the reemergence of the Black Plague. Not 100% sure, but I'm medicated. I have hot tea and flavored ice water, and we're going to try to get through this without having too much of a coughing fit, because I have a lot to show you and I feel bad that I wasn't here last week. However, if you see any herky-jerky editing, you know that means that I had to pause because I had to cough up a lung, swallow it back down, and then continue. So, without further ado, let me just jump straight into the cross stitch. I have a lot to show you. Like, I've worked on 6 at least projects, and I have some haul to show you, and then 2 gifts to show you. So, let's just jump right in. Well, I guess I could say that Connor's now out of school. I got to do a stitchy day. So I'm getting more stitching time, believe it or not, now that he's out of school, because I don't have all the events going on. But I'm sure that will change deeper in the summer whenever we don't have as much here at the house going on. And I feel better and I'm able to get out and about more. So anyway, let's just jump right in. So, first of all, last week's homework that I didn't show you, I didn't complete it all. We were supposed to stitch 200 stitches in brown to represent Durmstrang, yellow to represent, I think, Hogwarts. I don't remember. 200 and I don't know. You were supposed to stitch 200 for each school and then 200 more for the person you were rooting for. I only stitched in brown and blue. And I stitched in on those, and we get down to those pieces. I should have had these on top. But they're in the order, they're in here in the order I stitched on them, which means they end up being the opposite order for you guys. That makes sense, right? So, first of all, the brown, I worked on my Bent Creek Little Christmas, and I'll insert here a picture of what that's going to look like when it's finished. And I'll also insert the picture of where I was last time. Get this off the hoop. And then this is where I currently am. This is a Pass the Stash from Connie G. Somebody passed it to her, she passed it to me, then I will pass it to Dina, half stitch, cross stitch, and then she will pass it to somebody else. But this is where I currently am now. All I need to do is is the ornament and then the top border, and I'll be done with this. So hopefully very soon. I did get to work on this more than just the 200 stitches because I had a break at work and I worked on it some more, and I came on around the corner with the border. But that is really it on Bent Creek's Merry Little Christmas, or A Little Christmas. And then I chose to work on my Abbey Lane designs for the blue. This is what this will look like when it's finished. This is a new beginning. I actually got this pattern at a Friends of the Library sale. They were selling books, and they randomly had cross-stitch patterns included. I think I got this for like a nickel. And I am choosing my own colors, or let me rephrase, my son is choosing my colors. This is where I was before. And then here is where I am now. Some kind of big truck is backing up at my neighbor's. I don't know if you can hear that or not. It's kind of loud. But I worked more on this. Is that focusing? Yeah. on this blue centerpiece right here. Kind of got the other side and came on down. I was really shocked at how many stitches are in this piece, or in that one little motif. But there that is. Like I said, I'm letting my son pick these colors. What I do is I kind of steer him in the direction I want to go, because I was going to work on this for the blue, or the red and the yellow as well, which for Harry Potter. And then, I don't remember, that last week was a blur. So, I pulled out the reds and said, pick a red and a yellow. These are the colors that he chose, so these will be the next two colors that go in. This is a no name from the Oops pack from, I believe, Silks For You. Because my Oops packs from Dinky Dyes do put the color on there, but Silks For You does not. And then this is a red from Dinky Dyes, and it's called Terracotta, and it is from Oops pack as well. Look at that deep red. So those will be my next two colors on this Abby Lang Designs that he picked out. Like I said, I threw out the reds and said, hey, here, choose a color, and he chose. I did stitch a little more on Anne too. I don't know exactly what all I got done on her. We did not work on her this week. So any progress that is on her was from last week. This is what she will look like when she is completely finished. Connie is already on the last part. I'm not even close. She swears that she's not winning. She's winning. This is where I was before. I want to say this is new progress. I'm not 100% sure. We're going to call it new progress and be done with it. This is where I currently am now. I believe last week I had only finished out these borders. And this week I've actually stitched this bed. Guys, this quilt is so off in so many places, and I cannot, for the life of me, figure out where I've messed up. So I'm just going to leave it. It's just going to stay the way it is, and that's what it is. But there and there's my progress. I finished one of my ultimate cross stitch challenges in Magical School Magical Stitches because of this. The 1000 for books. So I'm excited about that. I just threw that over there and I'm going to end up leaving it. I've got that one there. Sorry, talking to myself. That was it. Sorry. For last week. You may get an occasional cough. If I have a complete coughing fit, I'll edit it out. Hot tea. So, and that was it for last week. So that's why I didn't do a video last week. I had no haul, and then that was all the stitching I had done. I didn't feel like it was enough to make a video, first of all, and second of all, I didn't really have the time to make the video. However, this week, I came back strong. So, the first thing, so this week, because Hermione is getting focused on SPEW. Oh my goodness, why can I not tell you what SPEW stands for? Look it up. All my magical stitchers are knowing what it is and laughing at me right now. I'm all fine. Of course I'm all fine. Elf welfare. It's essentially trying to get the house elves unionized to where they're paid and they get sick leave and they get freed, and that they're workers by choice, not by force. Not, forced to do what they do. So we had to stitch 200 stitches on a project that had, for each letters, S, P, E, and W. It could be the first or last word of the design name, or a major name in the design name, or it could be the first initial or last initial of the maker or designer of the chart. It was so easy. They made it so easy. So my first piece that I worked on was, of course, Spangled for S, because Spangled right now is still my favorite piece. That and Good Intentions. And I could not, no matter how I tried, I could not make Good Intentions fit. This is what Spangled will look like when it's finished. Again, my printer ink was almost out. So these are a little more pastel than they really will be. And then I am doing it in the DMC. This is where I was before. I'm mainly just stitched on black because that was the easiest way to get my stitches in, I'm not gonna lie. This is where I currently am. So I just came more down into the border. And guys, I'm absolutely loving this. This is on 32 count raw linen. And I am using 2 threads, even though a lot of places say to only use 1 for 36. But because I'm stitching black, I really wanted this to stand out, and I wanted to get that full coverage of over this. So I am using the 2 strands. And it's not hard to do. I couldn't imagine using 2 strands on any higher count though. But there that is. I feel like I'm flying through this video, but I don't know. Maybe I'm not. It's already 11 minutes long. Slow down. I'm trying to get ahead of the cough is what it is. That's what it truly is. I'm trying to stay ahead of a coughing fit. I had one last night with virtual stitchers. I attempted to mute myself and it didn't work. So the next one was P. Because I am a little OCD, I went straight down in order. And for P, I used the Prairie Schooler because the does not count. And this is Christmas Eve. This is the last sow that I did with Connie that she's been done with for like a year now. And I'm still working on it because she's not a fast stitcher. This is what it looked like when it's finished. This is where I was before this progress. This is stitched on Fabrics by LJ. Spoiler alert, you're going to see a lot of Fabrics by LJ this video. Because I'm in love with this fabrics. I am stitching this in the called for DNC, except at the bottom I changed mine out. The words were supposed to be stitched in a pale light blue, like a pale beige, and then another pale color. I did not want that. I like these bold colors better. So I just replaced them with red, gold, and green that was within the chart. Because those colors were nowhere else in the chart. And to me, they blended in way too well with the snow. And I wanted them to stand out. So I'm having to fudge this reindeer because I got a little overzealous on my reins. Is that what that is? Reins? And they're not in the right spot. So I'm having to match the reindeer to the reins. I don't have a whole lot more. All I need to do is finish out these trees, all the snow in the houses, and the doors and windows, and then snowflakes. And then I'll be done. I think I have to give Santa his eyes too. And then I'll be done. So this is feasibly a finish this year. If I would just buckle down. Guys, look how much fabric I wasted. Like a beginner mistake that I should have known better. I started in the middle and then I ended up with all this extra fabric. That's my white card falling. But there that is. This is in my wonderful Is Kismet Stitches bag. It was gifted to me with the vinyl. Okay. Next, I worked on my Earthly Treasures by Plum Street Samplers. So technically, this could have counted for the P too, but I didn't want it to. I wanted it to count for the E. Sorry. Coughing fit averted. This is what it will look like when it's finished. It says, "Dwell not on earthly treasures, nor covet or envy or pout. Thou entered this world and brought nothing in, and will carry with thee nothing out." I love that saying. Love that saying. This is stitched on a random piece of 32 count fabric. I cannot tell you what this fabric is. This is where I was before. Such is the story of my life. I'm having to fudge this piece as well. I don't think I've shown a single piece that I haven't had to kind of fudge yet. Except for Spangled. Spangled I'm being more careful with, I think. All the other pieces I've had to fudge somewhere along the way. But hey, that makes it mine, right? I'm customizing it. This is where I currently am on this piece. So, first of all, my wings on my angel aren't even. But I kind of like that. Because, you know, these are chiseled out by hand. So they would never be perfect anyway. And then technically, this darker brownish color, grayish color was supposed to be on the wings, and the wings were supposed to be on this part. I just reversed those, but I kind of like it that way. But I mainly filled out just these wings here. My niece asked me what this said, and I told her, and she asked what it meant, and I explained it to her. She's like, oh, okay, and just took off running like it was nothing. She's spent the night with me twice now this week. Excuse me. We've been making tents. They like tent sleeping in our house, camping out in the house. And then, last but not least, was my Design Works piece. So, Design Works, the W for this view. And I worked on my daisies in a vase. Guys, I haven't touched this in a while. This is what it will look like when it's finished. This was a kit. I did change. I'm not stitching it with the bronze metallic. I'm stitching it with silver braid for acrylic because I like that better. I like the color better. And those kitted metallics were horrible. This is where I was before. I got about 203 stitches in on this one. And this is where I currently am. This is gridded with Silky Sliver blue. As you can see, I kind of worked on the blue outline around the silver. And I did that today while listening to Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I'm about almost halfway through with the book. They have just chosen their Tri-Wizarding Champions. And the drama that ensued from that. But there, that is. So, I have to say that last week, I barely got in 400 stitches. This week, I've already gotten in 828 stitches. Not counting what I'm going to stitch tonight. Is it an emergency, dear?
Can I have a Capri Sun?
Yes, you can have a Capri Sun. Every time. So, with that said, I will get into my, let me do my plans next, because I know not everybody wants to see haul, so I'll do my plans next. So, last week when I was having us do the red and the blue for the Tri-Wizarding Champions, I was going to work on my Mirabilia Lady of the Flag, because, you know, she's got red and blue in her flag. I ran into a bit of an issue. Ever since that I started this piece, I have been worried about the fabric not being big enough. And it made me to where I wasn't stitching on it, so I finally sat down and I counted out. And when I finished Lady of the Flag on this fabric, I was only going to have about a 1.5 inch border, as you can see where my needle is. And to me, that's not enough to frame because I want to be able to see the fabric on this piece because it is the Constitution fabric. On the bottom, it was going to be hitting right there. I don't know. It says it's 32 count. I feel like it's 30 count. either way, no matter what count it is, it's an 1.5 inch border for framing, and I'm not comfortable with that, and I'm not comfortable with it fitting. As you can see, I'm only a few hundred stitches in to it, and to me, it's not worth the risk of doing all the work on her and it not fitting. Maybe 500 stitches. We'll be nice and say 500 stitches in. So, I talked to the company that got this fabric to see if they had the bigger piece still. She said it would be the same amount of border. So I didn't want to run into that problem again. So I ordered a different piece of fabric. And I got this from the Cross Stitching Cupboard. Or the Cross Stitch Cupboard. It is the same store that the Sunshine Stitchers use. And several people in that area use the store. I talked to Jen on Virtual Stitches. She actually physically went in and measured the fabric for me to make sure it would fit. She told them that I would be ordering it. Not only did they take my order by phone, they were willing to do priority shipping and shipped it out that day. Guys, I purchased this fabric on Friday and it made it here today. And that was the post office fault. It was supposed to make it here on Thursday, but the post office had a delay, which had nothing to do with the cross stitch cupboard. So, oh my gosh, I'm amazed at the fact that they did that. So, without much more problem, circumstance, whatever, I'm going to do this now on the Prairie Schoolers Constitution fabric. And as you can see, I should have plenty of room on it. Truth be told, I also like that you can see more of the Constitution on it. Sorry guys, I'm in my pajamas, as you can see. I've got my Stranger Things t-shirt on. I'm ready for a night of stitching already. But anyway, so I'll be starting this tonight because the reason I ordered it priority is the Virtual Stitchers are having a live event where we are starting a Mirabilia. So if you have one kitted up, I know this is short notice, if you have one kitted up, feel free to pop on Sammy's channels where it'll be streamed live. And we'll be starting a Mirabilia, and I'll be restarting my Lady of the Flag. So that's why I ordered it priority. But I'm really excited to start it. I'd already had some negative progress because Diana is Kismet Stitches had changed some colors in her conversion. I think now that I'm restarting it, I'm going to use a combination of hers and then another green conversion that's that's listed in the Lady of the Flag group. Both very, very, very similar. Just some of them are a little lighter green. Like, I think literally it's one color difference. And then on both of them. So, like, I like one of the greens more on Diana's and I like one of the greens more on the other ladies. I'm going to kind of do my own. I'm taking theirs and using creative liberty. I hope they don't mind. I'm sure Diana doesn't. And I don't think the other lady does either. The other lady also has the beads already chosen, and the beads match very well, and that just, it makes it easier for me. So, because of my OCD. But, so I'm going to do a combination of the two on this new Primitive Hair Constitution fabric, and we will just go from there. So, that is it for true plans, and then whatever next week's homework is. We have a pop-up event tonight in Magical Stitches that Hermione is trying to figure out how to catch Rita Skeeter, or figure out how Rita Skeeter is getting her information. So we have to stitch 15,000 stitches per house to help Hermione do that. So I'm going to be working on Lady of the Flag. I will pick out probably this fabric and use it for something else. Maybe the Queen of Freedom or one of those other ones. Okay, now that's it for haul right now. So I will be on Virtual Stitchers live tonight on Sammy's channel if you guys want to watch. If you want to join in Virtual Stitches, you're welcome to, and join in on the fun. So another gift that I got. Or another gift, another plan that I have is this. Yeah, that's right. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? No. This is 28 count white even weave. That was a gift for me by Vicki herself from Virtual Stitches, and also from Magical Stitches as well. My headmistress. No, I'm not a suck up. I don't suck up to the headmistress at all. But anyway, we are as a group, and several of us as a group in Virtual Stitchers are starting the Blackwork Journeys, Elizabeth Almond's Tiny Treasures. We're doing the square piece. We went through and we each chose random DMCs that we liked. We compiled our list, pulled out the duplicates, and then we've got like 112 or 113 colors, and we're going to spin a wheel, and each treasure is going to be a different color. It's a blackwork piece that has colors. That's what we're doing. And Vicki sent me the fabric so I could start that. So that's a gift and another plan. I don't know when we're starting that. And we've all kind of got to get ready for it. We're waiting for all of our fabrics and then all of our DMCs. I have a whole set of DMC for the most part, so I can spin and grab and go. Okay, on to haul. Well, now let me show you these two gifts first. The other two gifts are, I got 4 Freedoms from Connie. She had finished it and she passed the stash to me. 4 Freedoms. Come on, focus. Not on my face, focus on the pattern. There you go. I will do this eventually. I'm not sure when. Again, that's the 4 freedoms. Freedom of speech, freedom of worship, freedom from want, and freedom of fear. I just think it's so cute. I love the basket and the little house. I'm starting to like patriotic pieces more and more. I don't know why. I guess because I'm around Connie and she does all these red, white, and blue things. And the next one, oddly enough, was my Christmas gift to her. And then she has finished it and then she has passed it along to me. This is Count Twice by Plum Street Samplers. I always want to say Plum Street Samplery. So, I am going to steal Sammy J's idea in a few weeks. I don't know when. Not right now. Because, you know, I'm going to have to edit some coughing. Actually, I've done okay. But I have the option of editing the coughing fits out if I have to. As soon as I went live to do a kitting up like she did, I would have a coughing fit, and that would be, you know, I would lose half my viewers. But anyway, she did a live kitting up video where she let her viewers pick her fabric and her floss for a project. I think hers is Foxview by Plum Street Samplers. So when I get ready to start this, whenever, I'm going to do a live video and I'm going to let you guys pick my fabric and my flosses within range. Like, I'm not going to do anything crazy. It'll be kind of what it is, but you guys can help me pick it out. Do like I do my son, kind of lead you. Too much of a control freak. So, now on to haul. Like I said, I was a little bad it's been 2 weeks now though, right? So that counts. Having to watch. I think it's almost time for my video to end. So I got this from an attic sale. It was a clearance attic sale. Attic needlework, one of McKenna's stitching and sequence videos. Live sales. This is I'm not going to even try. I'll let you read the name of it. I'll hold it up there for a few seconds if you want to type it out. And this is what it will look like when it's finished. I absolutely love these colors. I have no clue when I'll do this, but it was a really good price. And I always love the blue and brown, or, you know, that color scheme. So there that is. The next things that I have, my camera's still going, I'm watching it. It's going to go at some point. Plastic. I'm taking it out of the plastic at least. But I like the sound of crinkly plastic, so. Are my fabrics by LG. So So, as I was saying, I knew the camera was going to go at some point. It's got a 30-minute time limit, and I could see my time on the thing. So, anyway, I have fallen in love. I've been in love with Fabrics by LJ. But he had a bit of a sale recently, and I went kind of crazy. I had already bought 2 fabrics from him, and I bought 3 more during his sale. So, my first piece is on 32 count Joblin. It was a 17 by 33 piece in country blue. And I did consider when I got this doing my Lady of the Flag on this piece. Because while it says it's country blue, guys, it is a beautiful, beautiful sky blue with the perfect kind of sky mottling. Look at this. I mean, this is amazing fabric. I just can't get enough. My whiteboard's not, my white card's not big enough for it. There we go. I'll get part of it in there. Look at that. And that's true to color. Look, that looks like clouds. Like, I really, really considered doing Lady of the Flag on this. But my husband had fallen in love with the Constitution fabric. And he was like, no, that's pretty, but I'm not going to like it on anything except for the Constitution fabric. So this will get to go in my stash, and then I got the other. And when my husband said, no, buy more stash, I said, okay. You don't turn that down. Now I've got more stash, and I've got a piece of fabric for Lady of the Flag. The next 2 pieces I got this one is the 28 count. It's a 16 by 26 piece in melon. This is just linen. I also had a chance to cough whenever the camera turned off. And melon is the perfect color for this. It's this wonderful orange, kind of pinky orange color. Again, that's pretty true to life. I don't know what I'm going to do on this, but I love it. I mean, it just makes me happy. No, Lori, I get done, I'll label this, and it won't be in the plastic in my drawer. However, you probably don't want to look at my fabric stash right now because it's not as organized as it was when you left last time. My other piece was, and I got this one on a whim. It is baby blue, 32 count Lugana. I got this on a whim because all of his fabrics you buy the piece that is pictured. So you know what it looks like. He did a disclaimer on this one and said, guys, it's not photoing well. You can't really see the color. The color was almost white on his picture. Like, you really couldn't see a lot on it. I said, oh, what the crap. I'll get it. What the crap. I guess I shouldn't say that. Whatever, I'll get it. I'll see. And guys, I don't know. Yeah, it's white. The color is washing it out. Let me try it without this extra light and see what we get. It's like a horror movie flash there. There it is. It's a very pretty, very, very, very subtle light blue. You can see it with the white compared to the white, but it is so pretty. And I'm shocked that this camera is not even picking it up, which is shocking to me because this picks up a lot more colors than than my other camera did. That's just way too bright. You'd have to light. There we go. Haha. Just a little bit of a shadow. See the light kind of blue there? It's beautiful. It's such a hint of blue. But just enough to where you can see blue. And then my last bit of haul guys, like I said, it's and some of this stuff was, you know, coming before. I should have, half of this I should have shown you last week. That's my story, I'm sticking to it. The other part of my haul, or the last part of my haul, is my color and cotton. I get the monthly installment. I still haven't figured out the right word, if that's installment or subscription. But I'm a floss of the month with her. This one right here, my husband's texting me. This one right here is called Gunmetal. That's perfect. And that is that color. This next one is called Dusty Blue. He is blowing up my phone. And these are close enough, but yet so different enough. See how much darker that one is in this one. Then Peruvian Butterfly. Orange are my issue, guys. Look how blue that is. That is so pretty. Seahorse. Oh, I love this one. I love how different these fabrics or these colors are, these flosses are this week or this month. That's really picking up the variation there. And then last but not least, Rosebud. This reminds me of my room when I was a little girl. I am paneling in your household. And we had paneling in our house. And I hated it. God, I hated it. Even as a kid, I hated the paneling. And I complained and complained and complained to my mom. And it was the early 90s. Mid 90s. So they went in and took caulk, I guess, or sheetrock, and filled in the grooves on the paneling to make it smooth, and then wallpapered over one wall in a dusty rose color. And imagine this just a little more pastel. It was the girliest, most 80s, most dusty pink you've ever seen. But I was so proud. And I had a twin bed. And very itchy. I don't know if you remember those really itchy dust, like, it was a bed spray, but you didn't sleep under it. It was just for looks, but it was itchy. I remember it being like the bottom part was so itchy because you weren't supposed to sleep under it. It was just for looks, and it was so frilly and so girly. And I loved my room. It's so 90s. I love my room, but this color reminds me of that. So every time I see this color, it brings a smile on my face. But guys, that's it. I survived without a coughing fit, without having to cut out a coughing fit. I did take advantage of the turn off on the camera and have a coughing fit. Thank you guys for coming back. Even though I skipped last week, I was doing so well, but just last week was rough. But hey, you got a longer video because of it, so does that count? And I came to you with a plague. Hopefully you won't catch it from me, but that's dedication, right? Guys, I appreciate you guys watching my videos, liking, commenting, subscribing. I can't explain, you know, I really enjoy being able to share this with people who enjoy it. That's one of the reasons I really enjoy Virtual Stitchers, because we get to sit around and stitch and chat and laugh and, you know, I don't know. It's just a lot of fun. So, if you're around tonight, definitely check out our live event on Virtual or on Sammy J's YouTube. And then come on over to the Facebook group and join. You know, you don't have to worry about being shy. If you're shy, we'll work something out. Maybe we could do 2 or 3 of us, because sometimes we've maxed out at the 10 people before. We can do a smaller room or something like that if you're nervous about it until you kind of ease in. We'll figure something out. We'll help you feel comfortable, and we'll just chat away and stitch. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself. I'm trying to. And happy stitching.